Hello! Hey, it's me again. So episode 20 is here, and I was doing a little concept of like triple G across America, but I really don't leave my town. Motivation comes and goes, you know, I do what I can. So I'm gonna do some special stuff like in front of different places and driving and just having a grand old time basically. Landmark, episode 20. For this episode we're gonna talk about X-Men, Days of Future Past. Godzilla. I got a special surprise coming for you guys. Burger and fries. Let's do 4 more tries. So let's get into this thing. Woo! Alright, X-Men, Days of Future Past. Pretty good, right? For anybody who saw it. It's like a graphic novel or a trade paperback, just comes straight to life on the big screen. Bryan Singer knows what he's doing when he's filming X-Men. He doesn't know what he's doing with, you know, a lot of his personal life, but he knows what he's doing with X-Men. Alright, so Days of Future Past follows both X generations. You know, Patrick Stewart, Ian McClellan, Hugh Jackman. Mix him with the first class of, you know, McAvoy, Fassbender, Nicholas Hoult, Jennifer Lawrence. Does it flawlessly. I mean, I can't stress enough. Now, this may have been the perfect X-Men movie. I can't stress that enough. First Class, in a lot of ways, stands out still as my favorite, along with X2. This really just brought it all together. And it was like I was reading a comic book right there up on the big screen, which is fantastic. I love that. The cast is just amazing. Phenomenal actors in their own right, so when you're doing something like this, it's kind of hard to mess it up. And good comedy, too. Compliments of Quicksilver, and, you know, just in general, Nicholas Hoult is a fantastic beast, and he brings a lot of comedy in that role, too. Some cool surprises with, you know, the cast, and a lot of intense surprises, too. I really like this movie. I think you should go see it, and I think if you don't, then you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you like comic book movies. If you like movies in general, the acting will blow you away and the story will leave you breathless as well. So go see X-Men Days of Future Past because I suggest it. Alright, so as we're driving across America, we're going to talk about a little movie that just came out a few weeks ago about a little movie with big heart and a big monster called Godzilla. I personally had never seen any of the originals, but I'd always follow like the mythos and the creatures and everything. Just nerd. You have to. You don't know anything about movies unless you know Godzilla. Boom! Went and saw it, and it was actually pretty good. I can't say I cared too much about all the touchy-feely human stuff. You know, Godzilla could have ripped that city to shreds, and I, you know, probably would have cheered.
So when I first watched it, I was kind of, I knew it was going to be a lot of build-up before you actually saw Godzilla, and I was kind of getting a little nervous of how much we were actually going to see of him. But once it finally did show up, his first reveal is just phenomenal.
Monster battle scenes, I thought, were the treat of the whole movie. Spoiler alert. There is more than one monster in this. These creatures came to F up Earth, and Godzilla's home, so he wasn't defending us, he was defending his home. I guess is what I took away from it. I don't know, what did you think?
I thought it was great. While I've heard a couple people complain that there wasn't enough Godzilla in the movie, and that I'd rather have less Godzilla and have each scene that he was in just be marvelous, which in my opinion it was. Every time he was on screen, for me it was like seeing the the T-Rex from Jurassic Park for the first time, and I'd rather have that instead of like he's on screen a whole lot and the scenes are okay.
Usually I'm a pretty big fan of Elizabeth Olsen, but she just annoyed me in that movie. But the guy, what's his name? Like not the
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah,
played Fort Brody.
Yeah, actually pretty good. There's only so much you can do with that beefcake military role.
Yeah,
that's been done 10 million times in movies, but you know, he made it work.
Because there's been a lot of changes in the series with how Godzilla is perceived, and this one does a very good job of taking it back to its roots making him serious.
I want to see him do like a government-built Mecha Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
trying to take him out.
Yeah, all the older Godzilla movies I've watched with Mecha Godzilla have just been like the best ones. Very, very much recommended for me.
It's a windy outside edition of Quick Tags. Big news coming out of DC. Warner Brothers movies, I guess. Is that legendary? Who has it now? I don't know. But they have announced 7 new DC films to take place either leading up to Justice League or after it. It's a lot of good stuff, like the Flash Green Lantern crossover, which I am personally excited about because I love the Flash. And then Wonder Woman's getting her own, which is good because she's awesome. Can handle her own movie. Man of Steel 2 later on down the line. Of course, the Justice League. I'm excited for the announcement of the bad guy. I don't think they do Darkseid because I think it'd be too much like Thanos, ripping off Marvel. But Brainiac would be cool. But I'm excited for DC. Let's see if they can get out of the slump of inconsistency with their movies. So it'll be good.
Hello there. So recently they dropped the trailer for Dumb and Dumber 2, a sequel I'm very excited about because the first one, even though made 20 years ago, is still the funniest movie I've ever seen. I was pretty excited for the trailer, although I must say overall it's kind of mixed with the results. Some of it does look funny, although some of it does look a little too crude to be part of the Dumb and Dumber. I can't really say series since there's only one before. We'll see, I'm still pretty excited about it, and they look exactly like they did 20 years ago, so I'm pretty pumped.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As if anybody doesn't know who they are, but now the next generation of youngsters is going to have a chance to see it on the big screen. They look a little weird. They look like real snapper turtles, which is kind of odd, and they're huge. They look about 6'7", 6'8" views. Which if any you will see like animated series of the first movies, they're a little bit shorter than April. The trailer showed a little bit of that Mikey humor, so I've got some faith. I'm excited. Honestly, I'm a turtle fan. So is my daughter. You know, we live it. I'm excited. You should be too. Quit your complaining.
In case you didn't know, on FX on July 13th, the TV series The Strain is going to start. If you're not familiar with it, it's from Guillermo del Toro. Finally finished the final book. Fantastic. Just along with the other two. It's very scientific, very real monster-like vampires in it. Very smart, very action-oriented, but very good storytelling overall. Some very strong characters. The series pilot is actually directed by Guillermo del Toro as well, so it should be about the perfect adaptation we're going to get. And they plan on doing possibly 5 seasons to encompass all 3 books. So overall I'm pretty excited about it, and from what I've seen so far, it looks like they're keeping right in tune with the book. So check it out, July 13th, FX.
Okay, so that's a wrap. From Zoe and me, and Travis,